Good morning. So today I wanted to discuss my October crafting list of done and to do, and right now it is the end of October and I still have some stuff to do, but I did get a lot of stuff done so far. And I just wanted to share that with you. So the first thing that I got done was a baby sock, and I just absolutely love doing these baby socks. They are so cute, and that's a reason enough to do them. I have been making a bunch of them, and I do have them, a lot of them for sale, for $40, and that's on my website, which is in the link at the description. So to do, I still have the second one, and then I also enjoy adult socks because I like wearing them. So I have here one of my just vanilla socks. This is like the most basic pattern you can do, and it's not really a pattern because it's just like the basic way that you would do the most basic sock. So this is my earthie, I'm calling it. This is Hedgehog Fibers Merman, and I just love that colorway. Isn't that just like drop dead gorgeous? So I got that from Over the Next Row Knits in Louisville, Kentucky. Yeah, so I still have to do the second one though. Usually I do kind of take a break between the first and second sock. But hey, that's okay. You do what you need to do to recover and then gear up to get it done. So I have those two, and then I have one other piece of knitting that I got done so far, which is a little shawl. This is the Close to You shawl, and it is very pretty. I love it. So I will just wear it like so, and you could wear it the opposite, probably the opposite way around would be better, because there's a little picot edge here, but there's a bigger jagged edge here. And I actually altered the pattern so that the jagged edges, the jags, get one row bigger at the bottom. So they get, you know, just ever so slightly bigger as it goes. And this is it. Very cute. I like it. I like it a lot. So this is my Halloween scarf. I don't really celebrate Halloween, but there we go. Some other things that I got done. I washed a bunch of wool this week. So that's raw wool, straight off the sheep, a little bit skirted, which means they just like grab out all the chunks that definitely have messy poop on them. And then they sell that as a fleece, or, you know, as pound per pound. And then I buy it, and what you want to do is kind of break it up a little bit, shake it out to get out all the vegetable material or VM and some dust, and then I stick it in my basket for my salad spinner. I heat up my water. You want to get to 140 degrees, but I kind of stick around 125, maybe a little bit higher. depending on how hot my sink will go. My sink just doesn't get up to 140 degrees. But that's what I do, and it seems to work well. And then I've also heard another thing that I don't do that I guess other people do, and it is supposed to help, but I don't know how you would do it. Anyhow, so I get my hot water, and then I add the soap. You want to add the soap after you add the water so it doesn't get all foamy. And I add a couple of drops of lavender essential oil into every other bath. Then I gently sink the basket in, and I just let it sit. I don't wash it with my hands. I don't agitate it because that can cause it to felt. So I just leave it in there for 20 minutes, and then I lift the basket out. This is the thing. And I drain the water off. Some people say the lanolin sits on the top of the water, and when you lift it out, it'll just get back onto it. And that makes sense. But I don't know how you would not do it that way. So stay tuned for learning that. And then I spin out the water in my salad spinner just to get it a little bit cleaner, and that seems to work really well. And then I repeat that process around 3 times. And then I have some pretty clean wool, and I let it air dry for around 18 hours, and it's usually dry by then. If not, it could take up to 48 hours. And at this point, you can comb it, and that'll usually get the rest of the VM out. And there's special combs you use for wool. So I washed a lot of wool, I combed a lot of wool, and then after you comb it, you want to diz it, which gets it to, you pull it through a hole, and it gets it to be a uniform, relatively uniform width around and continuous, like fibers all the way. So they're short fibers, but they line up and they mesh together, and it creates something that you can pull apart, and the fibers will still catch on each other and create a yarn. So that. I also made some spindles, some primitive spindles. That's one way of spinning yarn, and I don't have one here to show, but I'll probably show one at the end. I'll do another video and show you guys. But I just made those by taking a craft wheel and a dowel, and I stuck the craft wheel on the dowel. I drilled a little hole in the end of the dowel, and I was able to screw in a little hook, and you have a drop spindle. And I had those for sale because I did a fall sale, and that went pretty well. And then I also did some various like things that are not necessarily crafts, but I'm very proud that I did them. So included in that is the fall sale. We've been Marie Kondo-ing our house. If you don't know what that is, look it up, Marie Kondo. It's just a way of like organizing your house and cleaning out what brings you joy. And then I also have been doing Preptober for NaNoWriMo. Preptober is just getting ready for NaNoWriMo, which is National Novel Writing Month. And that's November. So October is Preptober, and you get all your stuff ready for your novel, all your plot and everything. And I'm not necessarily doing a novel. I more like writing in haikus. So I'm doing a series of haikus. Hopefully it'll be long. So I got all of those done, and then I also went to the Southeastern Animal Fiber Fair in Asheville, North Carolina, or Fletcher, North Carolina, and I took several classes that I really enjoyed. I took weaving an Inkle band, making a sweater that fits, basics of hat designing for knitting with Nancy Bates, and high wheel or walking wheel, great wheel spinning, and care and theory and mechanics. So I'll explain a little bit more about those. And I did get some things done. I finished my Inkle band. I also finished a yarn that I don't have to show for the fiber contest that they had. And it didn't win anything, but I was very glad that I got it done. And the intended purpose of that is a shawl. So I'll talk a little bit more about the classes. The first class that I took was weaving an Inkle band on an Inkle loom. And this is the band that I wove. I haven't washed it, folded it, finished it yet, but it's supposed to not fray really, so I'm not too worried about it. So after I wash it and finish it, I can cut this and it'll be just, you know, a long strap. And I think I'm gonna attempt to use it as a purse strap. I think that could be really cool. And yeah, so this is my Inkle strap. You can use them for a lot of things. You can use them for belts, you can use them for straps, backpack straps, camera straps. Cat just ran past. You can use them for suspenders is what I'm going to use some for. So very excited for that. And then the second class that I took was making a hat that fits with Nancy Bates. She is the designer of the Knitting the National Parks knitting patterns. She did a pattern for every national park, a hat pattern. And they're really cool, and I have fallen in love with them. I'm about to do the prismatic pool hat for Yellowstone, and because my family is going to Yellowstone, and my family is also going to Cumberland Island, which is a national seashore. So there's not a hat pattern for that, and I was like, I need a hat pattern for that. That's our special place. We go there. And why don't I make one? So I'm going to be making one of those. I have designed it, and now I have to test knit it. And I bought the yarn for it and everything, and excited. So I have that to look forward to. And then her knitting the California road trip book has some California themed hats, and I have a couple of those that I'm wanting to do. Okay, so I did those. He's pouncing on nothing. I took the Making a Sweater That Fits class. I didn't make anything in that class because it was just talking about the theory, but I am doing something similar, so that will be useful in the next week. And then the high wheel class, I did some test yarns on my new great wheel. New to me, it's an 1800s wheel. So it's right over there, and I'll show a little clip of me spinning it at the end. So I got my wheel set up, I oiled it, we made sure it worked, hit it with a hammer to free something that had been glued. But it was wonderful, and I did 3 test yarns on that, so very fun. That's all the things that I got done. Oh, with the Inkle band, one of my to-dos is suspenders. Then I have a hat band. Then I have a guitar strap. So, very excited about those. Other things on my to-do list: baby sock number 2, earthy sock number 2 for adult, I was gonna do some black fingerless gloves to match my orange Halloween scarf, but I don't have time for that, so that's on the back burner. Maybe it'll happen. Probably won't, because I would need to finish it in the next week, and I don't have that time. Instead, I want to spend my time in the next week focusing on this cowl sweater vest that I am designing based on the Katniss pattern that she wore in the Hunger Games Catching Fire movie, I'm pretty sure. And then, so for that, I want to make the yarn. I want it to be hand spun. So I'm making some Chingora yarn. If you want to know what that is, look it up. I'm doing some Manx Lofton yarn from the Isle of Man. This sheep that basically was extinct. It's a shear 'em to save 'em, shave 'em to save 'em breed on the Livestock Conservancy's endangered list. This is an endangered breed of sheep. So we need to demand more wool to demand more breeding stock. So using their wool is a really good way to support them. So I have that to display the conservation status on that. So I have to make the Chingora, I have to make the Manx Lofton, which I already made that, but I think it needs a tighter twist, so I need to go back and respin it. Add a little twist. And then if I need more yarn, I have plenty of alpaca, and I think that might be cute for this other like side piece that needs to go in there. But so the pattern is based off of what she wore in the movie, and this pattern that I have already seen that has been done, but I'm kind of customizing it, so it's kind of my own pattern. And the Chingora neck part, that's different than in the pattern, so it's going to be a little cabled piece right there. I don't think I will get some other things done that I had in there. I wanted to do fingerless or gloves, white gloves with rainbow pink moon glow lace from Miss Babs as a yarn dyer, but I don't think I will get that done. I wanted to do a shawl that I've been working on. Don't think that'll get done. I wanted to make these purses that I've been trying to make. Probably won't get done. But I think the other things I can get done. So that's my list. I really hope you enjoyed this video. If you want to know more about me, my story, what I'm doing here, check out my website, check out my blog, check out my Instagram. It's the same as my Facebook. Yeah, so I'll add in at the end of the video a video of me on my great wheel and a video about a little video showing a drop spindle. Thank you so much for watching. Bye. This is my great wheel. It's not really set up, but I'll show the video of it set up and me spinning on it.
Awesome, you're going in front of the thing.
Then this is my favorite drop spindle, and this is my cat, Possum. And I spin yarn on this. This is a primitive way, but very luxurious primitive way of spinning. And this is the Cynthia Wood Spinner, Cynthia D. Haney spindle. I believe this is sycamore and Osage orange wood. And I absolutely love this spindle. It spins very well, very balanced. The whorl is what gives it its momentum, and it needs to be balanced, and it is. So those are some things I love about the drop spindle.